Hello everybody and welcome back to the Beebosloth channel. Today I wanted to talk about something very near and dear to my heart. Trash. Refuse. Litter. Basura. Anything that has been thrown away or discarded. In fact, let me just do a little costume change here. Go check Kikilo out on Instagram. They make cool shirts and they post cool pictures. What's this? It's a trash shirt. Perfect for today's talk. Excellent. I'm feeling better already. So, why do I want to talk about trash? Because I feel like people throw away a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. I used to walk my dog every day up until we had a daughter, my wife and I. And I would walk around town with one of these buckets and one of these here trash pickers. And I would walk around and I would be just picking up trash because I like a clean neighborhood. And it's fun because sometimes you'll find cool stuff. I found this here surfboard in the trash. I found this here easel in the trash. Find a lot of good stuff in the trash. One of the best ways to find stuff in the trash is to go out in your neighborhood on trash day at night, because that's when everybody puts out their garbage cans, or the day before the trash gets collected. And you can go and you can snoop around, see what people are throwing away. It's pretty fun. You just walk around and you lift the lids and you peek inside, and sometimes there's good recyclables like cans and things. Or sometimes there's entire sewing kits with needles and thread and lots of colorful things like that. I have found, I think, about 70% of my sewing kit in the garbage. Which is hilarious because that kind of stuff costs money. Like gold-tipped sewing needles in the trash. Embroidery thread in the trash. People in this country, as soon as they don't need something, they throw it away. And there's so many better ways to get rid of something that you don't need. You can donate it to a thrift store. I live next to, or don't live next to, but in my neighborhood here, there's a few really good thrift stores. Every time I go there, I end up buying something. It's terrible, but I love it. And they accept donations. So anytime that I have something useful or that's still useful, like clothing or some kind of furniture or some kind of pots and pans or things like that, I will go and I will donate it. But the amount of times that I have been dumpster diving and I have found that kind of stuff in the garbage blows my mind. I'll walk around and I'll see the baseball bats, walking canes, things like that sticking out of the garbage, brand new stuff. And instead of just going and donating it, people will just throw it away because they're lazy and because they suck. If you just throw something away that somebody else can use, you're just saying, I'm better than everybody and I don't care about anybody else except for myself. Which some people are like that. And whatever, I guess. So, why am I making this video? Because I hope that it will change some minds when it comes to what to do with things that you have that you don't want or need anymore. There's so many good ways that you can repurpose, for example, clothing. If you don't want to, if you want to get rid of some old clothing, but you want to be creative, you can draw on it with bleach. You can cut out graphics off of old t-shirts and sew them onto your new hoodies. You can customize your clothing, and it's fun. And then people give you compliments and say, where did you get that? And you can answer that you made it. Then they'll ask you for your Instagram, and then they'll ask you to make something for them. If you don't want that, then don't upcycle clothing. But upcycled clothing can be sold for good money. So if you get good at upcycling old threads, you can make a little side hustle out of it. Little side business. Another great thing about trash, or picking up trash in your neighborhood, is you get to meet people. You get to meet your neighbors. They'll see you picking up trash, and at first they think you're some kind of weirdo, and they think, who is this homeless man walking around picking up garbage in my neighborhood? But then some of them will talk to you, and they'll find out that you have a home, or that I have a home, and they'll, you meet people, which I feel like people don't really talk to each other that much, even people who live next to each other. When I first moved to where I live, I was trying to get to know my neighbors, and they were kind of standoffish, just kind of look at me weird. But now I know their names. I say hi to each other, but that's about it. We don't hang out or anything. Anyways, another great thing about picking up trash in your neighborhood is you get to know your neighborhood better, and you get to find all sorts of stuff. I have found so much different weed paraphernalia in my neighborhood. I have found dab rigs. I completely, not broken, nothing. I go home, I clean it, I give it to people who smoke dabs. I've found pipes. I've found grinders. Grinders, mind you, that I looked up on the internet. It was like a $70 grinder. I have found actual weed. I have found Tupperwares full of weed. I have found scales. I have found bags and bags of clothing. I have found clothing shoved into gutters. I have taken some of that clothing home, and then I bleach it, and I wash it, and I wear it in the studio. So, yeah, I love dumpster diving. I started dumpster diving back when I was in college. I discovered that in the basements of the big buildings, of the big towers, apartments, we would call them, there was these giant dumpster bins, because all the buildings had trash chutes. So all the trash would collect in these big bins. And I found that some of the doors to the basements were unlocked. So I would go into these basements, and I would crawl into these dumpsters, and I would sift around, and I would find awesome stuff. I would find old keyboards. I found a ball and cup once. I'd find plants. People just throw away plants. All sorts of things. Too many things to name. In San Francisco, I don't know how it is now, but it used to be pretty good. Around the end of the month, people would, when they would move, some people would leave a lot of furniture out in the street with free signs on them, so you know that you can just take this stuff. So when I lived in San Francisco, on the last day of each month, I would cycle around, and I would find free chairs, free shoes, free clothing, free everything, and I would take it home, and I would clean it, and I would use it. I still have a lot of that furniture to this day. It's actually, if you find antique furniture like that, you can take it, get it reupholstered, and give it a new life, which is awesome, because new furniture sucks ass, and it breaks within a year or two of owning it. Old furniture, you know it's good because it's still alive, because it's old. probably older than you and me. Another great thing about trash, which I just mentioned, is that old stuff is already proven the test of time by just still existing. It's still around, which means it's good. A lot of new stuff these days just breaks. For example, electronics and things. People are so quick to get a new TV, throw away their old TV. And nowadays, CRT, cathode ray TVs and monitors, they're worth money. So people who didn't throw those away, they are sitting on a little gold mine. I actually went out and purchased CRT TV to play old video games on, and it was like $100 for like this little tiny TV, but it's cool. It's sitting right there. One day I will show it to you by turning the camera that way. Recently, probably like a few months ago, I was walking home and I happened to look in this big dumpster down behind the 99-cent store that's kind of near my house. There was a flat screen TV about this big with HDMI capability and also the old kind of yellow and red and whatever plugs as well. And it had the power cable. So it was raining a bit. It was kind of wet. So I took it home. I thought, this isn't going to work. But I took it home. I cleaned it off, dried it, plugged it in. It works. Works perfectly great. Works perfectly great for my PlayStation 2, my PS3, my Xbox 360. Awesome. Free TV. So, again, I want to encourage you to either not throw things away so fast. I'm not encouraging you to hoard things. I'm just saying find a productive way to get rid of useful things. Don't immediately just throw stuff in the garbage that you personally don't need. Try to find it a new home. Try to maybe donate it to a thrift store or make art out of it or something. But that's the moral of this story is I hope that maybe I can help you love trash as much as I do. I think trash is awesome. And thank you for watching. I know I haven't made a video in quite a bit. I have been working my 2 day jobs. I'm kind of bogged down with a lot of that work, so I haven't been painting very much. I'm a graphic designer by day. Just kidding, I don't get much work done during the day. I watch my daughter. But at night, I work, and that's what I've been doing. So, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. More to come. Have a great day.